We're live. Guys, anything happen? Why are we live? Did anything happen? Rip, do you know what happened?
Well, from sources are saying that
Friend of the show,
Holliday. Well, you know what? Why don't you go? Because I'm trying to actually not drive off the road.
Yeah, you go. You go. Yeah, okay. Yeah. For everyone wondering, Rip is driving home right now. None of us were expecting this to happen, but the Baltimore Orioles have called up the number one prospect in all of baseball, Jackson Holliday. I see it right here from Clay. We got the sprinkler is back. Holliday's coming back. Burnes pitches a gem. What a day in Birdland. Rocco, actually, I know you have a little bit something interesting to talk about regarding kind of the draft pick situation with Jackson Holliday.
Yeah, let me pull up Jeff Passan's tweet right now. It's basically what he said is the Orioles, since Jackson Holliday is getting called up, he basically said, hey, for those who are wondering, yes, the Orioles are still eligible to receive a first-round draft pick via the prospect promotion incentive. If Jackson Holliday wins AL Rookie of the Year, this is a perfect explanation from Matt at EPA. We wrote about it here. And basically the article says, I'm not going to try to bore anyone with, a paragraph, but here's basically the explanation. And I know people are wondering like what the deal is with this whole thing. It says Holliday could still be called up early enough in the season to reach 172 service days in 2024, thus qualify for PPI eligibility, but that will require him to spend no more than about 2 weeks in AAA Norfolk. He's not on Baltimore's – I guess this article was like when the season began because it seems like a past tense kind of thing. So bear with me here. So he would not get the 20 days on optional assignment that the group above receives. The tricky calculus for the Orioles is that even if Holliday were to stay in Norfolk for 1 month or maybe two, he's talented enough to finish first or second in American League Rookie of the Year voting. Yes, we all know that. Doing so would award him 1 year of MLB service. So if Holliday has any reasonable chance of receiving that 1 year of MLB service via Rookie of the Year voting, then the Orioles would be better off getting 1 year of MLB production. That's what the article says right
there. Real quick, yes, David. Ryan is driving. He's about to be home, and then that will be figured out. But I like how he said, or is he developing pictures in a dark room? But yeah, awesome little article there, mostly because I think a lot of people assume that this was blatant service time manipulation. We talked to people. Jeff Passan was on the show last night. If you're new to the show, by the way, had Jeff Passan and Heston Kjerstad on last night. So like and subscribe and go check that out after this. But Jeff Passan, Buster Olney, Tim Kirchin have all come on this podcast and said, yeah, it's more than likely it's service time manipulation because it's a business, and that's okay. What this is telling me is this might not have been service time manipulation because this was no longer – Orioles did this real early on. We are 10 games in. It's to the point where you look at it and you're like, okay, they genuinely believed we want to see him at second base more. We want to see him hit lefties more. And what has he done since he's gotten into the minor or gotten back to AAA? He's smashed lefties, and we've seen the glove improve. He made that web gem play over the middle earlier today. Mike Elias said, I've seen enough. Mm-hmm. Jackson Holliday, I would assume, actually, we don't know the starter tomorrow anymore for the Red Sox because why am I blanking on his name? That hurt his elbow. Yeah.
Nick Pivetta.
I wanted to say Nevada, and I was like, that is not right. But yes, Nick Pivetta is on the IL now, so it's going to be a tough it's going to be tough for the Red Sox. They have to find a pitcher to go tomorrow. But I would assume Jackson Holliday, we talked about this a little before, debuting in Boston. And real quick, thank you, Justin. And a round of applause for Justin.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Happy holiday. It is a very happy holiday, Justin. We appreciate that. Glad you're here. Everyone, I mean, this really does feel like a holiday. Obviously, we make the jokes about with his name being Holliday, but what a time to be alive in Birdland. Kevin, what's going through your head right now?
Yeah, this is just exciting, man. I mean, this is something, and we knew that when Holliday got sent down, he wasn't going to be in AAA for long. I mean, we knew that, people were giving it like a month, maybe 2 months at the max, but you hit the nail on the head there perfectly, Zach. The Orioles saw what they needed to see. I mean, when you're talking about the lefties, when you're talking about everything with it. And now the question to me, honestly, it was weird because there was all this excitement about Holliday, and I'm super excited for him. But I think, half of these comments here, it's, oh, well, who's getting sent down? Everybody loves the Holliday thing, but now it's, oh, well, is it going to be Kemp? Is it going to be Urias? I mean, we don't know that at the time of this stream, but adding him into this lineup, adding him to this team, it almost feels like, the Orioles have, it's like the Thanos Infinity Stone gauntlet, and, they have all their guys, Adley, Gunnar, they get the Corbin Burnes trade, right? And now Jackson is just like this final piece that you can put in, that final Infinity Stone. And I'm just so excited. The fact that we now have all of these guys up. I mean, Adley's up, Gunnar's up, now Jackson is up. It's like everything that Orioles fans have been waiting for so long, having these guys go through the system. And Holliday's ascension through the system, honestly, it was like snap your fingers, like boom. Like he just obliterated every single level of minor league pitching to get to this point. Obviously, now the kicker is he went back down. And whether the Orioles, what was it, Zach, or anybody who knows, last year he had 50 AAA at bats, 75 AAA at bats. It wasn't a lot. So,
only played in 18 games.
All right, so now he gets a couple more under his belt. That Tides team is smashing the ball right now. We had Heston on last night. He talked about that. And it's Jackson's time now. So, but now here's the thing, as we talked about on the show, it's, well, you're not calling him up to have him be in a platoon, or you're not calling him up to play every fifth day. Like, this is your guy. This is the future, and it's here now, and it's exciting to me that it is.
And I want to bring up something real quick because Pat O's fan just brought up, we talked about Corbin being dominant. We talked about Holliday getting called up, the sprinkler coming back. I feel like it's really overshadowing some also major news today. Kyle Bradish is reassigned to Aberdeen to start his rehab assignment. Oh, Rocco.
Rocker, the only one.
Thank you. That is not small news. That is a big step forward for Bradish. So that's also something to keep an eye on. But like we said, it's the Jackson Holliday special. It's the Jackson Holliday show. Brad, I believe you actually have Jackson's play at short queued up. So here's the play we're talking about. Is this the play they need to see to know that kid can play second? I doubt it.
The pitch home, grounds one off the mound, up behind.
That throw was disgusting.
Yeah,
man,
absolutely disgusting. I mean, just right up the middle, right here. It was like you knew it was coming to him. Unbelievable play here from a guy who just turned 20.
Unreal. And did that play? Is that the difference? Is that why he's coming up? Probably not. But I bet it was, one of those things where they've seen him get more comfortable at second base over the past few days, over the past week. And they're like, okay, we feel comfortable enough now to have Jackson Holliday come up. I see a lot of people asking in the comments, who's going down? We don't know yet. We would assume it's one of the infielders, but we don't have enough information. The Orioles will let us know probably tonight, probably early in the morning tomorrow. They'll get the official move, but does it really matter? That's why I keep thinking in my head, I just keep saying Jackson Holliday is here just over and over. It's like I have to, almost like when we got Corbin Burnes, this feels very much like that, where it's like, oh my God, it's happened. Like he's here.
Yeah. And I think another thing too is, now you think about expectations for Jackson Holliday, and just kind of, especially these early games, as he's getting acclimated to the MLB level. I mean, look, he's shown at this point that he's a very fast learner. He gets acclimated very quickly, but as we've talked about, Ryan's made this point a bunch, it is a different ball game when it comes to MLB and MLB pitchers. And I have all the confidence in the world. This is going to be another quick adjustment for Jackson. But, to me, it now becomes, what does the infield look like with him in there? Plus, I also think it's, the first month of the season. What if there's like a week he struggles early on? What if there's a week and a half he struggles early on? that's not going to deter me from thinking, okay, Jackson Holliday is the second coming of, whatever you want to say there. But it's interesting because I've seen a lot of comments already on social media about differing expectations for Jackson, where some people are very much of the thought process of, well, we're going to have to just wait and see, and it might be a little bit of a process. And other people are just saying he's going to hit 400 for like 3 months straight. Like it's those levels of expectations. And I'm kind of curious, guys, what your expectations are for him, especially in these early games when he's just starting out now at the MLB level.
If he doesn't hit a home run every at bat, we have to send him down.
Yep, there you go. There you go.
But Rocco, how would you give? What are your expectations?
Listen, I expect this dude to just produce like he has at every level he's played in. He's 20 years old, but in talking to him, Rip and I in Sarasota, this is people might look at him and say, oh, it's a kid. He's 20. Like adults are like, okay, 20 years old, kid. This kid, if you want to call him that, is wise beyond his years at 20 years old. And that's not only from a mental standpoint, that is from a physical standpoint. He's built like a baseball player. That is from the way he approaches every single at bat. Rip, what did we talk about with Jackson down there? I know you're muted right now, buddy, but it was the way he approaches every at bat is incredible, because it was like Jackson can go 0 for 2 and it doesn't matter. He's not going to get in his own head. He's just not, he's wired differently than most baseball players. And basically he's like, yeah, like I might go 0 for 2, but that next at bat, I'm looking at it like it's a brand new at bat. So when he went, I think he started off 0 for 2. It was the game they played, the Pirates and Skeens, 0 for 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went triple, single, and finished the game 2 for 4. And he's like, I look at those last 2 at bats. I don't even pay attention to the first 2 at bats. So basically he's like, for me, I finished that game 2 for 2. That's a guy you want in your system. That's a guy you want on your team. And now with that, you guys talk about the Infinity Stones, Thanos. The Orioles now have the number 1 prospect from 1 year, the number 1 prospect from another year, the number 1 prospect from this year in Gunnar, in Adley, and in Jackson Holliday. Yeah, exactly. Count them right here on the knuckles like Thanos, because this is a great time for Birdland. The excitement level is at an all-time high, and I saw somebody say his first home run at home is going to be again. I don't know if they meant at home or just in general. DL Hall's pitching. He's scheduled to pitch against the Orioles, the first home game that Jackson Holliday is scheduled to play in. Wouldn't that be something, man? If he just leaves the yard onto the flag court, maybe hits one onto Utah Street, wouldn't that would be unbelievable? I'm just saying. I'm not. Why
not hit the warehouse? Why not hit the warehouse?
Yeah, there you go. I was just about to say that. Yep.
We talked to Heston. What if it's Jackson Holliday, the underrated one, to hit the warehouse? Dude, that would be unbelievable. But
okay,
it's an exciting time, man, for this fan base. They've been waiting for this. You guys have been waiting for this since he got drafted in 2022. Now it's here. It's time. Jackson Holliday is an Oriole.
Okay, I'm going to speak now.
Welcome to the show.
Okay. Had to hear all of that. Guys, I was finishing up a lesson, trying to just, do my job, help the youth. And then Jeff has the audacity to break this news the night after our show. We'll have to have him come back on then to just resolve this issue, because it was kind of selfish of him. But nonetheless, getting called up, haven't opened Brenda's nudes yet. There's bigger and more important things, fellas. Finally coming to the Orioles, and if you guys have seen my tweet, then you'll have an understanding. But in all seriousness, I've said this from the beginning, and I meant it. And where's my damn glasses? I know it's like 10 o'clock at night.
People are asking if you're in the eclipse, Rip.
Well, you know what? I might as well be. But here, listen to this. This is a moment that Birdland's been waiting for a very long time. But at the same time, it came at the right time. The Orioles have earned the right and the trust of what they've done and what they've built to make this decision for Jackson to come up to Baltimore now, or I guess to Fenway Park. If you could say, you're an Orioles fan, I think this is what excites me. And I'm not, and you guys know, I'll talk more of the baseball stuff when I actually get inside of my house. But the exciting part here that is really bringing fans together is if you have been a Baltimore Orioles fan your entire life, you have been waiting for this moment of golden age baseball in Baltimore, and you finally got the first taste of it in 2023. Now you feel like you have franchise, plural, players for your team. One of those pieces now is finally in Baltimore. It's almost like it's like the prophecy. That's what this feels like with Jackson now, is that finally the prophecy is going to be fulfilled and the Orioles are going to go on to win the 2024 World Series. That's being extreme. But what's exciting is that the Baltimore Orioles are about to head into an age of baseball that we have not witnessed probably in our lifetimes. And even though, Zach, I know you're young, but even me being 30, the Orioles haven't been in a position that they are in right now. And you know what? The kid freaking deserves it. It might change our guest plans for Thursday, guys. We'll talk about that later. But I'm so happy for him because, above all, he's earned the right to be an everyday player for the Baltimore Orioles.
Yes.
So, having said that, I'm fired up. Fired up guy is, but you can let him know I'm fired up, and I'm going to get in my house so I can join you guys for better service.
Rip,
Real quick,
before you go,
Ramey
Rip.
says, hold up, Rocco. Ramey
Yeah,
says, shout out Brenda. So shout out Brenda.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I like. I was gonna say I like how you were cutting in and out a little bit at the beginning, Ryan, but the stream made sure to get your entire thing on Brenda crystal clear, and then it cut out again.
Yes, it did. 1,000%. Rip, before you go in your house, and if hopefully it's not spotty, this connection, if it is, we'll have to ask you again. The thing you said it time and time again about Jackson Holliday. When they call him up, this isn't a case of they're planning on sending him back down like they did with the Grayson Rodriguez. Like he's here for the long haul. Obviously, I'm not trying to be Captain Obvious here, but that's what the Orioles don't want to do. They feel like he is ready. They feel like this is the time, and they feel like this guy is going to be their everyday second baseman or wherever the hell he's going to play. It's going to be second, obviously, but I don't think we're going to see a case of, okay, if Jackson Holliday slumps, like it's inevitable, like every baseball player is going to do. I don't want to ruin the vibe, but we have to be, Gunner's done it. Adley's done it. Everyone's gone through their slumps as baseball players. I don't think this is going to be a case where, okay, Jackson Holliday could potentially have a slump. Back to AAA, like he is here for the long haul, just like we talked about.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is with all of this, and that's why I was trying to, I understand that, yes, it could have been service manipulation. Everyone's saying that, but I truly believe in Mike Elias going, you know what? We weren't prepared to play him every day. I truly do believe that. And when you look at their lineup with all the lefties that have been thrown in the first week, I thought he was honest about it. And you know what he's also honest about is evaluating when they need to make a move. People can say what they want about the Baltimore Orioles and about how they conduct their business, but also, you know what? We do an Eric DeCosta appreciation. Can we give a Mike Elias appreciation of understanding the time frame? All right. So it's all determined. And I'm sure Jackson was already going to get called up. The decision was made before this game was even happening today with the Norfolk Tides, to be completely honest. It was probably understood. But that's the thing, Rock. You want your guy to go up there and be the guy to play every day, and you live and you ride and die with him the entire way, unless it is so drastically bad that you got to maybe reset. But I don't see that being the case with Jackson.
I don't think that's ever going to be the case with Jackson, because what he's been able to do at every single level is adapt and adjust. And in coming from a baseball family and his dad learning from him, just being around the game being around the game, seeing the pictures, man, when he was a young kid at Cardinals games with his father, when he was just hitting baseballs, catching baseballs, it's really cool to see. Like, you were obviously around the game too as a young kid, and it's like, that having,
I was gonna say, like, Ryan has no idea what that's like.
No, exactly. So, like, having that experience for him, it's like shaped him into the player and the person he is today. And like you can see, he has such a good head on his shoulders. He's going to come up here and just wow Birdland more than he has in AAA. I have no doubts that this is going to be incredible for this fan base, for him, and for this baseball club.
And before I go inside, I'll hop back on, I promise. Maybe. Just kidding, I will. This Orioles team was a damn good team without Jackson Holliday, and they're a damn good team with them. So for all the ones that are sitting there, the Orioles could have been, what are they, 6-4 right now? And I mean, gosh, in the last month, we've gone from Corbin Burnes was a mistake. Cedric Mullins needs to go down. What's going on with Jackson? And by the way, the Orioles are still, if you talk to teams, they are terrified of the Baltimore Orioles because of their young talent and because of the talent that they already have on their roster. This is a really good team. And I promise, I would lie to Rocco, Brad, Zach, and Kevin, but everyone listening, I would never lie to you on this. It is the fact that this Orioles team has the pieces to not only win the AL East again, but to go further. But it's nice to see now one of those young pieces get a chance, and hopefully he blossoms into the player that we all hope and expect on his own time. But don't discredit how talented this 2024 Orioles team is. Look at it as a blessing, is that you're adding an already unbelievable talent to an already unbelievable group of players and guys. This team,
100%.
Do not doubt that. Okay.
Go do your thing, Ryan.
Yeah.
I got a video ready to go, so that video should be done by the time you're ready to come back on. So we'll go ahead and do that. And one thing I will add, Ryan was talking about his entire life, waiting for something like this. I'm 3 years removed. My age is three years removed from the last World Series that Baltimore has had. So that kind of ages me even more. But Ryan, go ahead and do your thing, guys.
Ryan, leave.
You say one more word, Zach, I'm not gonna come back for 3 minutes.
Well, actually, that's pretty good because that's how long this video is. So get the hell out of here. So, guys, if you didn't tune into last night's show, we did have Jeff Passan on, and I actually asked Jeff Passan about Jackson Holliday, and I thought what he had to say was actually incredible, and it just kind of plays into exactly what happened today while he got called up. And of course, Jeff was the one that ended up bombing everybody with that news. But take a listen here, and on the other side, Ryan should be back, and we'll react to all of it.
A lot of fans in Birdland are really kind of upset that some of these guys aren't playing big league ball right now, especially the Jackson Hollidays of the world. Jackson Holliday specifically. I understand the frustration.
I'm so sorry that your 101 win team isn't better.
That's what I'm saying.
Thank you.
There it is.
Thank you.
Yes.
There it is.
Yeah, we've been in such poverty for so long, and then now we're just we're in a surplus of talent, and now all of a sudden people are pissed about it. The thing of it is,
so here's the thing: if you're going to break with your 26 best players on opening day, they're right. Jackson Holliday is one of the 26 best players in the Orioles organization. There's a good argument to be made that Kobe Mayo is one of the 26 best players in the organization. There's a good argument to be made that Heston Kjerstad is one of the best 26 players in the organization. That's fair. I get why they want to bring the absolute best players to the big leagues right now to start off. But you also need to understand that when you have solid quality big leaguers there already, there is an advantage to keeping guys down and leveraging the rules as best you can to make sure that this window is extended even more. And I'm sorry, but Jackson Holliday is a Scott Boras client. He's not going to be signing an extension. That's not going to happen. So if you can get an extra year out of him, if you can leverage those rules to get one more season out of him at the back end when he's still in his prime, I don't like it. I wish it weren't that way. But the rules are the rules, and the Orioles have done a very good job of using the rules in their favor in recent years. And it's not that Mike Elias and Sig Mejdal are beyond question. They're not. Of course, they're going to make mistakes. They're going to do things that are wrong. And if the Orioles wind up losing the division and ending up in a wild card series because of one game in the standings, then they're going to look dumb for not having brought Holliday up at the beginning of the season. I just think it's too early to sit here and say whether that effect is going to demonstrably change what things would have looked like otherwise. And here's the thing. There is an argument for both sides. I just don't want Orioles fans who understandably want these players in the big leagues right now to look past the organizational advantages that come from putting them down. It sucks in the moment, but long-term, it may be what's best for them.
I'm glad you brought that up. We just had Buster Olney on here last week, and speaking to this, and he kind of takes the side of like, he called it service time manipulation, but like at the same time, like he spoke to how it can negatively impact how players feel about the organization if they do that. So I understand what you're saying, and I think from a business standpoint, it makes a ton of sense from the front office. But is there some truth to that too? Do you think that there's some players that may hold a grudge when it comes to something like that?
Yes, but in the end, money talks.
Money talks. That's it, Jeff. If they give Jackson Holliday $500 million,
yeah,
he's not
they
going
will
to give
forget
a shit
everything.
about
Not
what
gonna
they
care.
did to him when he was 20 years old.
Yeah. So as we just, oh my God, Ryan timed that way too perfectly as he came in the into the chat. But as we just heard Jeff talk about there, and actually before we get into this, I wanted to shout out Will G. Give a round of applause for Will G.
Yeah.
Will says, this is awesome news. This proves new management, new Orioles mindset for Be More. Like Ryan can tell you, it's never the fastball. Once you hit the slider and change as a lefty opposite field, you are ready. And, that's exactly what they wanted to see from him. They wanted to see Jackson Holliday go down and hit lefties, not just hitting the fastball, but hitting every type of pitch and showing that he is ready. And as Jeff Passan said yesterday to us, first off, 2 Roccos on the screen was way too many at a time. But
Confused for a second. I was like, I thought I screwed up.
Someone said I was in light mode Rocco and dark mode Rocco because I was wearing the dark shirt and the white shirt.
Same hat though. Same hat. So consistent with the hat.
Yeah. I mean, playing it out.
But what Jeff said yesterday, and I think it's really important, is he said, hey, if you go by who is the top 26 guys in the organization, Jackson Holliday is on the team. And then he goes and talks about, this is service time manipulation. They thought they were going to use this as an advantage. Now, here we are, literally 24 hours later, Mike Elias makes the call, and it's kind of one of those things where it no longer feels like service time manipulation. The Orioles are back in for that draft pick. They get Jackson Holliday up early. And it starts to look like, hey, we all thought that Mike Elias was pulling our leg, was lying a little to us when he said Jackson Holliday had a great chance to make it out of camp, and then he didn't. They had real concerns that they wanted him to go work on, and it's apparent with how quickly they brought him up, after what he's done down in the minors to start the year, that they were true to their statement of, we want him to get more reps at second. And then we also want him to face higher quality lefties and put up higher quality at bats against them. He goes down there, proves it in just a few games, I guess, week and a half. And then what happens next? Jackson Holliday gets the call to the show.
It was basically an extended spring training for Jackson Holliday. It was 10 extra games for him in AAA that he could have been up here. I really think that Mike Elias was just like, all right, let's see how he does. Let's see how he handles this, and let's see how he kind of and for him to homer in his first at bat in AAA after not breaking with the team, that says everything. Yeah, that tells you everything you need to know about Jackson Holliday. It was like almost, I'm not sure if he went in with the chip on his shoulder mentality, but it really seemed like it. You homer in your first at bat after not breaking camp with the team. You're like, all right, man, I'm here and I'm coming up. I'll be there soon, Baltimore. So, I mean, to do that, to take it in stride, yes, he made 2 errors at second base, but what fielder in baseball isn't going to make errors?
Send him to Double-A.
What I saw tonight,
Season's over.
Him going up the middle, making that play and firing across his body. Obviously, he's a shortstop at heart. He can play any position on the field. So
Speaking of money,
He's going to be fine in Baltimore. He's going to ball out, and it's going to be unbelievable what makes not only his MLB debut, but his home debut as well.
Shout out.
What is that?
Gotta throw him in the fire.
Oh, yeah.
we got
He's
another one
ready.
too. We got
Love
another
it.
one from Evan.
Let me answer that one.
Whoa.
Okay.
Go
All
for
right.
it.
Easy.
You don't have to be right up on that,
Down,
Mike.
Rip. Oh, my God.
Oh, I'll be
right.
up on there.
Yeah, that was
Is this
was
better?
horrible.
You're
This
peeking
better?
like a motherfucker.
Yeah, easy. Heel cinnamon.
Just keep it. Yeah. You're
this
the
better?
one that needs to be healing. Yeah, that's better.
Oh, save it. Don't you kill my vibe right now. Let's talk about Evan's comment for a second here.
Yeah.
Can we pull that
First of
back
all,
up?
Thanks,
Thank you.
Thanks for the donate. Appreciate
Yes,
it.
thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Evan.
you. Appreciate you.
Okay, so Evan asked, "Sup, fella? Is this okay? Am I good right here?"
Yeah, you're good.
Perfect.
Yeah, you're good.
Perfect.
Okay. Sup, fellas? Me and the boys are excited for this, but can we talk about how Hayes and Ramon need to be sent to the Shadow Realm? Love the show. Appreciate that. I hate the Austin Hayes slander. I really do. I'm not saying that he's the guy that's going to be what's going to happen moving forward, but also make no mistake, the guy since he came to the big leagues, minus his first time come. I know Ollie. I got Ollie riled up here, and I know Ollie. He's an Austin Hayes fan. Hayes is still a guy that in his big league career hasn't hit lower than 250 for a full season. So keep that in the context. I'm not saying that Colton Cowser shouldn't get his at bats because you damn well he should be in the lineup, especially versus righties. And if I am a guru here or a psychic, I think it's a 98% chance he's going to be in the lineup tomorrow, given what he did today. Cowser's playing with a lot of good energy. He's seeing the ball well, having good at bats. Now, Urias, I don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what move's going to happen there. And to be honest, no one ever used to think of him being a long-term plan. But he wasn't the reason why Jackson Holliday wasn't coming up to start. So I just want people to know that the Orioles made the decision and understood that Jackson wasn't going to be an everyday guy to start the season. Now, it looks like Jackson's going to get those at-bats. So I'm not going to – I don't know what's going to happen, but if everyone thinks that Austin Hayes is going away, it's just not going to happen. And rightfully it shouldn't happen, at least not for the foreseeable future. Anybody else have thoughts?
Sorry. Yeah, I thought you had more cooking.
Well, I mean, I can keep cooking over here. See, Ollie's so upset. You scared him away. Ollie, come here. Ollie, come hang with the fellas. Come on.
Rip,
Jackson got called up.
We talked a little bit, obviously, in the car with you, but what are your thoughts? I actually wanted to bring up, I've seen a bunch of comments about this, and I wholeheartedly agree. What does this mean for Jordan Westburg? I think Jordan Westburg is going to see a lot of time at third base still, and I don't think it's out of the question that he still plays second base when Jackson is not in the lineup. Obviously, we have said multiple times Jackson needs to be an everyday type player. That doesn't mean he's playing all 152 games the rest of the season. He's going to have days off. There are going to be moments he's not going to be in the game. And I think Jordan Westburg is that type of guy where we've talked about it with plenty of people on this show, plenty of guests, where he's like how you referred to in the NFL. He's that lunch pail kind of guy. He just shows up with his lunch pail and gets the job done. Yes, sir, guy, you tell him where to go. He's going to go play it. He can play second, third, a little bit of short. And I really think he's going to be that kind of guy where if Gunnar needs a little break at shortstop, move Jackson over there, put Westburg at second. He's going to get a lot of time at third base. So I'm not too worried about how this affects Westburg's progression and his playing time. But Rick, what are your thoughts on that? Jesus, Rocco.
All right. Sneeze.
Oh, my God.
Bless you.
Thank you.
It doesn't.
Someone said it. I was like, come on.
Okay. If you're the guy that's waiting for someone to give you a bless you, that's a problem. Okay. It was going to happen.
Bless you. Thank you.
Yeah. There you go. Quinn Williams. So people need to understand Westy's going to be a guy. He was an everyday guy with the situation happening so far. I think it was his first off day, if I'm not mistaken, was today in the lineup.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
So Westy's going to play. Westy's going to play third. He's going to play second. He'll DH. If he needs to play short, he can play short. But it looks like, and you're hearing it from Hyde, and rightfully so, Gunner's going to be the majority shortstop, the reps in short. So Westy's a guy also that they traded Joey Ortiz because they love Jordan Westburg. And if you watch Westy's game, if you watch that Pirates series of him doing the little work, contact play, making plays, doing the little things to help a team, that's what Jordan Westburg does. He's a good athlete, and I do think the best is yet to come for him, and you're going to have to let that continue to go. I think the same thing, though, Mateo's going to stay in the same role. They love Mateo. If it's one guy I don't see moving, it's going to be Mateo. But Westy's a dude, man, and the quicker people understand that this dude is not only a great guy, he is like the glue piece for you that can just make so many things happen. And I do think that he's developing. The glue guy, like for me right now, personal team is still Cedric Mullins. That's for a whole different conversation. But a guy in the future that you might not talk about enough, but you need to, it's going to be Jordan Westburg. And so, actually, can we? Hey now, goodness,
we got some crazy donates right now.
Yeah, we got
oh my goodness,
yeah. Sean,
glasses on for that.
Yes. So, is there anyone getting sent down since Holliday is coming up? Yes, someone will be sent down or DFA. Some sort of move will be made, and that's what's going to happen. We are not sure who, though, at the moment. I don't think. Has that been reported?
We don't want to speculate either.
Yeah, I don't think nothing's been put out.
We'll let the chat speculate, but the Orioles will make their official roster move announcement. Keep an eye out for that. That will probably be, I would assume it's going to be coming down pretty early tomorrow. They'll put something out, but you really never know. So keep an eye out for that with them.
Yeah, they're going to – what you got?
I was going to say there's another dono from Will on the screen, so I'm going to clap for it.
Oh, Will again. Oh,
appreciate you, Will.
Not all heroes wear capes, Will.
I agree though. Once the weather warms up, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be, and it's crazy to kind of see all of the offensive power. And we talked to Heston Kerstedt yesterday. All the offensive power we're seeing down with the Tides in cold weather. Charlotte was freezing when they were hitting all those bombs. So it'd be interesting to see how everything starts to carry when things warm up. So super pumped about that as well.
Could have said the biggest winner is the Charlotte Knights, considering the talent that Norfolk just lost. But then you realize they have like 7 other guys. So not quite yet, Charlotte. Maybe one day.
I won't lie. This should make me laugh.
I think it's a good question to ask though too. Is that like who's going to be the next one that gets called up? And I think that Heston's already got time up here towards the end of last season. Obviously got called up after the eligibility date for the being able to play in the playoffs. So he's got experience playing in Camden Yards. I think that he could be the next guy. But honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if we saw Kobe Mayo. Kobe was flashing some leather this afternoon as well over there at third base. So if I was a betting man, I would love to see Heston up here next, but I think it could end up being Kobe.
I would agree with that, Brad. And when we speculated who was going to get sent down, when we told the chat to kind of do their thing, these are the comments that I expected the chat to put in. Just have to field day with it. Gunner, Corbin Burnes, man.
Honestly, Rocco, it's you. You're getting DFA'd. You're getting DFA'd for Jackson.
Send Kevin.
Guys.
Send
hey,
Kevin.
We got. Yeah, well, we're gonna. I was gonna say we just have so many people that are appreciative tonight, Rocco. Even though it's very exciting to DFA Adley, understandably so. But hey, guys, Connor.
Hey, appreciate you, Connor.
Connor.
All right, Connor says, hey boys, but it's hey boys, not a holiday question. But does Corbin Burnes play Sunday against his former team? The Brew Crew are coming to town. Love the content. Let's go O's. Very interesting. If we're looking at the rotation, let's talk about it for a second. So Irving, I think, is throwing tomorrow. Grayson Rodriguez on Thursday. And then that would leave then Wells, Kramer, and stop traffic. looks like Corbin Burnes would have a chance to face his former team. And there, if you know what, if you are a betting man, I would bet on the overs for Corbin Burnes facing his former team. There is something in the air that happens when a player faces their former team. I know DL Hall is slated to start against the Orioles. I think on Friday, Rock, I heard you saying that. But yeah, wouldn't that be naughty if Burnes welcomes his former team to Baltimore and said, "Hey, here's 6 strong, here's 10 punchies again, and this is the reason why you should have given me the money." Because he's going to make a lot of damn money.
Only 6 innings. Only 6 innings. He said he had his B- stuff today. He went 7 and 2 hits. So
15 Ks calling it, Rip.
He sets the record for Ks. And then we also got
the glasses are coming on for this.
Man,
you're the man, Brad.
Highest donation of the night from Brad Warner. Appreciate you. Love the dedication.
The amount of
to the
orange
one place,
crushes.
the one place for all the Orioles news. Great work goes, and it's so true. You know, when Ryan and I first talked about kind of carrying on the show and having some sort of focus on Baltimore sports, one thing that we talked about was that like there's nobody that really gives good quality Orioles content, and so we are happy to oblige you, and we appreciate the support, Brad. So thanks so much for that.
I didn't pop that up, by the way. That wasn't me.
That was me. No, that was me because that cracked me up.
Because I'm trying to get ahead of it, man, because you always think it's me doing this. It's really not.
Also, I do have to say, Jason Benowitz just put up a hilarious tweet about Jackson Holliday having to check the potential brought back dong bong to make sure there's no alcohol in it since he's underage. So they will have to probably have a separate guy to make sure that it's just water poured in there.
Listen, if you don't think that Manny Machado celebrated with some alcohol in the locker room when they won the division back in 2014, you got another thing coming.
If the O's, knock on wood, obviously, like looking ahead here, but if the O's do win the World Series, Jackson Holliday will not yet be 21 years old.
Drinking some apple juice.
Yeah, he'll be 21 December 4th. So,
thank you, Joe.
Appreciate you, Joe.
Joe had to put up with 2 Roccos on the screen, so we
Joe, it's a shame. I can't even buy a Red Bull with that money.
Oh my God! Of course, Joe donates and Rocco takes a shot at him.
Maybe I'll get the little one, buddy. Thanks.
Joe,
Catching strays.
Rocco. You know what?
Thanks, Joe. Love you, buddy.
Hey, so just so we can explain that real
Don't
quickly,
worry.
put me.
I just had to take Rocco off the screen real quick to a quick timeout in honor of Joe. So that's for you, Joe.
Hey, let's explain that real quickly why. So for those that are wondering, yesterday for the show, we had Heston Kerstad come on, and Joe is a huge Razorback supporter. So we obviously had to have Heston. We actually might need to pull up that video, Brad, that Heston taught us how to do. Heston taught us how to do
Should we all do it? Should we all do it right now?
Call the Hogs, baby. Well,
Right,
we're calling the damn Hogs.
We go.
Oh, you bet. Hold on. Heel, Kevin. Heel.
Go
I know you're horny to call the Cocks, but we're calling the Hogs.
Okay, all right. That's what I was doing, but I'll wait for the video.
I realize that people also don't know what I'm saying with call the Cocks, and they're probably very confused. But this is what Kevin said, not me. But this is also kind of Rip After Dark somehow. Oh goodness.
Well, it's like a combination between Rip and Kev After Dark. Like you intertwine the two.
Yeah. Hey, well, hey, see money. Hey, thank you so much. Hey.
I think
see money. See money says warehouse getting. You think Heston? You know what's funny though, Kevin? If you heard him talk about that, Heston said, "Rock, he doesn't really think about trying to pull the ball." Because his strength is trying to go up the middle, left center. And if someone throws him a pitch inside, he's like, oh, a whammy. Oh, shit, that thing's out to right. But does he have the power to do it? You're damn right he has the power to do it. The guy's got a ton of pop to go out there. And, guys, we'll keep it going. This is unbelievable. Oh, goodness. I don't even.
That's for you, Rocco.
The Red Bull fun. Let's go. Love that.
Electric. Thank you. Go O's. I'm so hyped. This one's for your Red Bull fun. And then there's another one, guys. There's just so many. This is like this support, this community. Oh my goodness,
man.
You guys, I do want to say we do it. obviously this is all fun. Like, we do genuinely appreciate all the
Yeah.
support and just you guys being here. We love looking at the chat, even when it's saying we're DFAing Adley to bring up Holliday and stuff. We even got Stackhouse in here.
Oh,
giving
yes.
more.
This is my Super Bowl right here. This is my Super Bowl when Stackhouse gives me a new name to put in my notes. Okay, let me pull up. All right, so I read them off every time. We have Kevin Ostrich, Kevin Oyster Striker, Kevin Oyster Shucker, Kevin Onomatopoeia, Kevin Organic Produce Farmer, Kevin Ephus Ostriker, Ostrich Rider, and now what is this one? O Ticker Clamps doing jazz. Okay.
Is that like a nipple clamp?
I'm not
Brad.
good at that.
Listen,
Brad.
That's like 20K subs.
Mine down to the
Hey, let's
we're holding you to that one. Hey, I got the Razorbacks call here.
Will, thank you again. Thank you.
I do.
Yo,
Real quick, I do.
Ah.
Real quick, I do think he probably does start tomorrow. Unfortunately, for everyone hoping
Yes.
to see his debut, he's coming on to play against the Boston Red Sox.
I have to bring something up.
no.
Important up for no. In a serious, like, non-Rocco being dumb way. This is very important. O's fans, this is very important for Friday's game. It's on Apple TV. So if you don't have Apple TV, I would suggest getting it now or borrowing someone's Apple TV account. It's heartbreaking, but Jackson Holliday's first home game with the Orioles is going to be on Apple TV Friday night.
Hit up your ex that used to have it. Just,
I will say
for the night.
Shameless plug. Fox 45. We do plan on being over there at the. I'm serious. We're going to try to provide the best coverage possible, and Ryan might even be over there with us. Who knows?
Go sugar.
Who knows?
Ryan will be doing pregame at Pickles. It's my week to do it. So come down, have a good time, have a day, have a night with me as we get ready for what should be a fun series with the Brewers in town. Or you can just buy tickets.
Yes.
Meet us at the yard.
Get the ticket.
Yeah, get the tickets. Just also to touch base on this for a quick second here. I first off, this has been so tremendous, and the reason these donations and people coming in all seriousness, like, we started this channel Brad was talking about, and we're going to talk about other sports, right? Like, we're going to do that as things go, but what's hot, what's caliente, the Orioles, and obviously we have a huge Orioles connection. My family spent a lot of time with the Orioles, believe it or not. My dad played a little bit of time there, but all jokes aside, I got to play with the organization. I got to play with these guys that are on this team right now in Baltimore. So I even have an investment, and it's so fun to be able to cover it in an exciting time. And so for everyone here in the community to be a part of it, this is what drives it. This is what makes it fun for everyone here. The Orioles have a chance to do something special, and the people in this chat feel it. And we're just trying to have this time. Everything we do here is to try to give you more content. If you go see our channel, we'll talk about other things, but I guarantee you we're going to get you all the Orioles content that you hope for, the guests that you want to hear from. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Do yourself a favor. And then if you're on X, hit that follow button for us so you don't miss it. And I know we're not trying to toot our own horn here, but we're going to toot my damn horn here. We're going to put out a lot of good shit for you. So please join us. It's a lot of fun. It's a good time. And Brad, can we do we'll call the Hogs for Heston Kjerstad being the next Oriole called up.
Let's do it.
Ooh.
What is the war cry for Arkansas?
It's calling the Hogs.
What is it?
It's three parts. So you got ooh, big suey. Ooh, big suey. Ooh, big suey. Razorbacks.
Oh wow.
That's the hog call right there.
That's
okay. So
we have 7 of us on.
So
the
here
screen.
So here we go. We're gonna do it together now. We got it down. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
So 3,
Yep.
2,
You're leading.
1. Woo!
Big
Woo! Big Big Suey.
Razorback.
Razorback. Yeah, that was terrible on the internet.
That
But you
was
know
so
what?
bad.
In that clip, we had 2 Ryans, 2 Raccos, 1 Kevin, 1 Brad, 1 Jack.
Yeah.
So,
It was bad.
Unbelievable.
Insight,
Oh,
appreciate
yeah.
the donate, man. The donates just keep flowing through. Thanks
God.
so much. Let's go,
Yep.
boys.
Absolutely.
Let's go
Hey,
do
and we
Insight.
have a Rye. You talked about it, like to piggyback off what you said about people hitting the like and subscribe button. We do these shows not just every Monday and Thursday. We do a lot of these live streams as well. So Monday and Thursday are our pretty normal days that we're doing these. But if you're not bored, if you just want to join us and have fun and join this chat, it's awesome in there. The chat is what makes this show so fun, and we enjoy it so much. So hop in, have a good time, spend your Monday and Thursday in the live streams we do with us for sure, and definitely hit that like and subscribe button for real.
Will G
Yeah.
is on a
Man.
roll.
And also too to show, oh gosh, Jackson has to use the dong bong first. That's like the initiation. It might be to the team. Sounds so wrong. It sounds so naughty, but it's not. It's glorious for the team.
We even got engraven in the chat. So
Yeah, great.
that's how you know.
oh, yeah, that's my man right there.
So to give, there's so many people that were like, oh wow, what the hell were we just doing with the pig suey? But it's Zach Lowther, friend of the show. Zach,
Friend of the show.
Oh, no
Zach,
one else
what are
is
you
gonna
doing?
clap for Zach? Wow.
I clap for Zach every day and every night. What a guy. Talk about a great kid. Great family. What do I want to say? Oh, also, yes, we're trying to explain with these streams too. When there's something that stopped traffic, and that's why I was in my car driving here, and we had to
Literally
go live.
stopping traffic.
Literally stopping traffic. We have the studio space. So if you look at the other videos and content, and our community knows this already, we do it in live, and we have a really good production. We're adding more as the season goes on. So it's not going to always be this chaotic, but it probably will still be a little nutty. No guarantee on that. The other part I want to mention here is I'm losing my train of thought. I don't know where to put my hands. What the hell was I just about to say? I saw it with a comment here. You know what? I'm sorry. It's a cool night. It really is a fun night. To
Working
be a
late
fan.
at night.
You know what, Zach?
Ain't no
If I wasn't, I'd be probably in the clubhouse having a tequila, thinking about how I went 0 for 4 with 3 Ks.
That's good awareness, though. You know.
Yeah, or I had 3 hits and I'm having some tequila because you
Right.
damn well I deserve that.
Can we talk about how the change up with the Orioles and the sprinkler? Because I don't know if you fully got to talk about that, but you've talked so many times about the superstitions and the rituals and how baseball
real.
players feed into that and just absolutely embrace it. They're doing the handlebar celebration. They're not doing the handlebar celebration anymore. They're going back to the sprinkler. Do you think they're going to stick with the sprinkler from here on out because they won this game against the Red Sox? What do you think we see from here?
I think they honestly realized of going, you know what? The Rev bike that's not us. That's just kind of what it feels like. You know, we need to start the sprinkle, and the handlebars might be DFA'd. I don't know. Maybe it's just because of the bird bath and
You
the
got
fact
Mr.
that
Splash
just
out there.
it just feels like you got to keep it, and it's not getting corny. We got to change it every year, but like that just became such an iconic part of the team. Now you can do some other rituals and things. You know, maybe it's considered rip after dark-esque inside the clubhouse.
Yeah,
But
continue.
I mean, hey, whatever gets a win. One of these.
One of these days.
Do we really want to know what Ryan Ripken would do to help the team get a win?
Listen,
We don't need to.
we know this circle knows what Ryan Ripken did to help the Tides get a win.
I mean, I think at some point it's going to be necessary for the people.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
No,
Or the
That
people.
day ain't today.
that day ain't today. It's gonna have to be when one of your other boys is on the show, and they'll have to tell the story because it can't be you.
Yeah, no, I don't know what you guys are talking about. But let's talk a little bit. Let's just, while we're still here, because people are here talking about a little bit of baseball. But yes, I think the sprinkler is good for the vibes. Seeing that the infield, ideally right now, if we're looking at what it is, Westy, Gunner, Jackson, and Mountie are going to get the majority of the reps. I think that that's fair to say. And also for all the ones that said trade Mountie, stop it. Stop it. I don't know where that agenda was for years. Mountie is such an integral part of the team. It's great. It's fun. And also, by the way, I'm going to keep driving this home about don't give up on your guys that helped you get there. Cedric Mullins. And I'm going to keep ringing the bell for Cedric. You know what I love today with Cedric? Maybe it's just a me thing, but how about 2 outs, he draws a walk. And then, hey, what happened? Said he steals second base. Colton Cowser plays wall ball, and whammy, the Birds are on the board. So, and you can look at all the plays that Cedric made in Pittsburgh, whether it's a perfect relay throw to get the out at home, diving plays in the outfield. The dude just does it all. He means a lot to this team. That's what I'm talking about. Glue guys. Ced's a glue guy. But it's a fun problem to have. Now, as far as we're talking about, as Jackson Holliday would say.
Creative.
Wow.
We're so honored. We're so honored, Jackson.
Oh gosh,
Hey,
guys,
what if it actually is Jackson and you start casting?
That'd be hilarious if it was actually Jackson.
That actually would be.
Guys, our guest is in serious jeopardy of not being able to join the show.
I was about
Thursday.
to ask about that. We probably should just talk about it because now I'm like worried that he's not going to be able to.
I feel like that would be depending on
He's got places to be now. He's got places to be.
Right here is where he has to be.
Exactly. There's always like a cell phone aspect. You could like do a little pop in for a little 5-minute FaceTime, do your thing, maybe be somewhere while you're doing it, somewhere important.
Yeah. So should I just talk about who we're having on?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, sure. So we're not having Jackson Holliday on, but I just thought, hey, who's the guy that knows baseball and knows Jackson Holliday? Why not Matt Holliday, his dad? So Matt was slated to come on with us on Thursday. The schedule might change now because his son's being called up, and I'm sure he's going to be in Boston and Fenway, rightfully so, with his family to watch his son live out his dream and play in the big leagues. But yes, that is who we were supposed to have on Thursday. It was actually going to be, I believe, at 4 p.m., but now we might have to change it up because Jackson had the audacity to say, hey, you know what? I'm ready for the bigs. Call me up. It's pretty selfish, and we'll talk about that a different day. But I understand in all seriousness, this is not saying it's a dream come true for a father, but it's got to be one of the prouder moments that Matt's going to be able to experience because he knows the journey his son's walked, and then be able to walk it himself. It's going to be really special. So no doubt, if he has to cancel the Ryan Ripken show, we will give him a one-time pass, and then after that, there's a problem.
One time.
Dude, it's what'll be. I feel like it'll be awesome if we don't get him on before, we get him on after to talk about it. It'll be unbelievable. So
yeah, you know what, Matt B, thank you. You know what? I gotta go find the clip of Passan giving the crying eyes because that really embodies what's been happening.
We already aired it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
While you were in the eclipse, we showed it on the stream. So
it's dangerous. That's why we're having so many technical difficulties last show. Makes sense.
Yeah.
The eclipse.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
Also, a guy I want to talk about real quick. I've seen a few comments about him. Connor Norby, just a guy that he honestly was someone I thought could be the first one to get the call if they didn't feel that Jackson was ready. I thought Connor Norby, dude, has been raking in the minors for 3 years now. And he's one of those guys that I just want to see get a chance. I don't know if it's ever sadly going to come here in Baltimore at a major league level, especially a consistent everyday chance. But Connor Norby, even Jeff Passan yesterday talked about it. He's a fringe top 100 guy. He's been in the top 100 for a few years. And he's one of those guys that at every level he's gone to, he's just consistently raked. But unfortunately, it is hard to crack a lineup when the two positions that you play primarily, the short and second base, are being held by the most recent number one prospects in back-to-back years. So just super unfortunate for him because, man, has he just impressed at every single level. So if it's not here, I do genuinely hope he gets a shot somewhere because that man deserves an opportunity, especially with all he's gone through all the, work he's put in over the years. Wasn't necessarily the highest draft pick. He wasn't a top pick. Put in the work, went out there and has shown it at every single level. So maybe a guy, if he's still here, obviously trade deadline, stuff like that, we never really know what's going to happen. Would love to see him up here at some point this season.
Is this the case of the dominoes with Jackson Holliday? This is obviously the biggest domino to fall for the Orioles this season. Corbin Burnes was the first domino to fall. They got the ace. Jackson Holliday is the biggest domino to fall now. Then you have Kyle Bradish set to make a rehab assignment in Aberdeen. You have John Means hopefully on his way back. Could this be a case now where Holliday's up? That's a piece that the Orioles don't have to worry about anymore. He's going to be up here in Baltimore. That is out of the way in a good way. Rip, could we see some potential? Okay, like you basically have the infield set right now with Gunnar, with Jackson Holliday. Maybe you get Kobe Mayo up here by the end of the season. Who knows what happens? But could we see the Orioles start to make some moves and Mike Elias continue to be calculated like he always is with some of the prospects they do have? Because it is a good problem to have, having all this talent, but you have to ask yourself, what do you do with some of these guys and when do you deal them? Because you want to deal them when their value is high and not when it's going down by any means at all.
Yeah, so let me answer that. I think so. This is just the reality of the situation. The situation is that a season's long, you don't know what's going to happen. And for the Orioles, they are ahead of schedule when you're looking at the grand scheme of things. The Orioles were not supposed to win the AL East in 2023. Guess what? They did. Now it's 2024, where they thought that they would be ready to be more competitive. Now they are the competitive team, one of the favorites in the American League. So, and then they have to make decision on guys. So they made a decision on Joey Ortiz and DL Hall in the past. But guys that these prospects, they're not in a rush to move anybody. And here's the thing when I'm saying it's a long season, where's the nearest wood? We're going to knock on the wall. I don't want a single guy to get hurt. I don't. But the reality is the sport, people get hurt left and right. It's a part of it, including pitching injuries. And obviously there's been a lot of those throughout Major League Baseball. So a guy like Connor Norby, to me, as a super utility, like he's the next guy. He would be the next guy to get a chance, to be completely honest. And then where Heston and Kobe fall in, it really depends on what the dynamics of your roster look like. But the Orioles aren't in a position right now to go, well, hey, we're really well off right now. Let's just trade a guy to trade a guy. That's not how they're going to work. They're going to wait until later in the season. And if they need to make a push for somebody, they will go get an arm or they will go get somebody that they think is of value. But this is what I try to tell people. Like, you don't have to rush to move people. And that's why I'm saying with Austin Hayes, give him time. If it doesn't work out, you can find someone to have a replacement, but he is a good player. And if you need bullpen help down the road, you can go out and find somebody down the road, if that all makes sense. So, that's just the reality of it. This team is not going to be the same now that it is in August. No chance.
Of course.
So
it's inevitable. It's inevitable with that. And then Alan brings this up. Any chance there's an extension for Holliday in exchange for not delaying the service time? Who was it, Passan or Buster Olney, that said because he's a Boris guy, there's probably it's very likely that there's not going to be an extension for Jackson Holliday, and he will eventually go to free agency when it's all said and done. That doesn't mean he won't come back with the Orioles, but that's what those guys believe. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. There's a lot of time between now and then. But those guys who cover this sport for a living and are at the top of their game, they do not think Jackson Holliday is going to sign an extension because he's a Boris guy and he's going to try to get the best money and value for each one of his clients. That's who Scott Boras is. It sucks to hear it, but that's what we have.
It's true. Honestly,
I was going to say real quick, and we even talked about Passan yesterday. We can say he's not signing an extension. We can say he's not going to do this or that. End of the day, money talks. If the Orioles truly feel that they want Jackson Holliday or a Gunnar Henderson on an extension right now and they're willing to overpay a bit, obviously overpay as an exaggeration because I think they're worth every penny. If they're willing to give a massive deal, then we don't know. But the assumption off of Boris's track record is, yes, these guys are destined to at least ride out their rookie deals and get closer to, if not test free agency.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so also just to keep in mind as well, I honestly think with everything that's happening, if there is a move that would happen the quickest of the young guys, it's probably going to be a guy like Adley, and he's not even the younger one. But I think if the Orioles were to extend and give Adley the bang for the buck that he's wanted, I think that could be the quickest. But the Gunners, the Jacksons, I just don't see it. And it's not because of those players. It's because of their representation. And it's going to take something ridiculous market setting for Boris to have his clients agree to that. Like Juan Soto turned down $425 million or whatever it was. And he might reset the market still. So, like, just to give the context, and Soto's one of the best players in the game. So, yeah, Kyle, you're right though. Kyle, friend of the program, want to come on again soon?
Sorry about today, Kyle, with opening day.
Yeah, you know what Kyle was texting me about. Just the Red Sox are finding a way to let the Orioles just continue to score runs. It's like
Their defense sucks.
Yeah, that was tough. Kyle. You're a good kid. You're a good kid. Tyler O'Neill was on fire. Actually, Kyle was the one telling me, he's like, Tyler O'Neill is probably the one you need to look closer at for the breakdown. So if you guys, people were blaming me for Tyler O'Neill going deep because I broke him down before the series. Dude's on one right now. But quite crazy. He has 6 home runs, all solo jacks.
Yeah,
nuts. So to keep that in. But for Scott Boras, yeah, it's a reality check. But I'll tell you what, it's still, I don't think with a guy like Soto, someone's going to pay him a shit ton of money. And so I think there's a difference of position players and pitchers now, because the pitcher's situation right now, let's give a round of applause real quickly. Kapasa Pop 27, super sticker. Amazing.
And then another one.
Oh, Jim.
Hey, Jim. Appreciate you, Jim.
Jim Riley, if you guys aren't watching Ball Cap Sports, by the way. So, guys, that we're going to have, we had Kyle Corwin of the 3-0 Take. That's always a friend of the show and going to be on more with him and Nate, his co-host for it. And Jim Riley of Ball Cap Sports. If you guys love baseball content and you think we're crazy with putting shit out, go watch Jim, because he puts out things constantly. Probably has something out right now. So, but Jim's going to come on and join us in the future. Another thing, another one. Can we add the DJ Khaled thing to the?
Another one.
You
guys are unreal. For real. You guys are unreal.
And Mountie very well. Mountie's got that pop to all parts of the field, no doubt about it. He's a guy that you need to keep on your roster. Also, I wanted to point out Zach's comment earlier about, did we already pass it so much? I don't want to close my eyes. There we go. Hayes was an all-star last year, so I'm going to keep driving that home. Don't just write off a guy so much this season. And I do think that Hayes is dealing with a little something personally.
Another one.
Rocco, that one's for you. That one's for you.
Rocco, you
Listen, Rod was killing me in the chat the other day. He just wanted the answer, and finally we got
yesterday.
it. Rod, listen, it's all love, my man. We appreciate you. Thanks for coming back.
Rod, didn't we tell you? Better vibes were coming. Better vibes were coming.
We got you, my man.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Rod.
Yeah, there we go.
That's my guy.
God, see, we can become friends in this community. We can, believe it or not. We really
sports
can.
just bring people together.
Yeah. Hey, they really do. Hey, we got to. Hey, for a recap, please. What happened? Okay, I'll put this briefly. Jackson Holliday, the #1 overall prospect, has been traded to the Chicago White Sox.
For
Just
Gavin
kidding.
Sheets.
To the New York.
Gavin Sheets.
I was going to say, in exchange for everyone's favorite player, cash considerations. That would really.
Straight to the Yankees. Straight to the Yankees.
But in all honesty,
get cash here in Baltimore, man. We need cash considerations back.
Kevin, go call the Cox. But in all seriousness, Jackson Holliday just was announced that he's being brought up to Baltimore. Most likely will debut in Boston Wednesday or Thursday. So that's the news. That's why we're on here late at night. Oh, DJ Stewart, bring him back. Bring on back DJ.
Big clutch hit.
want to bring this up too, because we understand that Boris Kleins have signed extensions, even if it's uncommon, but
They have.
a lot of guys haven't signed extensions as well. And what did Buster Passan talk about? Like sometimes they'll force the extensions if they want to stay. What was it? Was Andrew Jones a case where he did sign an extension with the Braves to stay there? Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I'm trying to think. He brought up someone else though. Another more recent one.
Andrew Jones and someone else, yeah. And it was like those were two of the Andrew Jones not recent, but like in this, I guess, time frame.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. What?
That's uh-oh.
Thanks,
I
Tori.
guess I'll be at the yard. Thanks, Tori. Everyone.
Zach, you gonna make it to the yard? You gonna make it to the yard?
Jackson Holiday's coming up. Am I going to make it to
That's
the
how
yard?
Zach's going to secretly take these donations and fund his trips to Camden Yards all season.
Oh, I hope all these donations are going like straight to my Venmo account. It'll be incredible.
Why would he set up?
I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna find a way to like link all the donations to my Venmo, and you'll never see a dime.
Well, that's like Brian would realize that the money. Well, I guess it's like I don't know if you can see distribution. So I guess if you can't, then Rocco's onto something. But
yeah, well, Rocco, we have a strict policy for our crew, like our co-hosts and our recurring guests.
Yeah, thanks. It's payback.
It's still unclear which one Rocco is
for having the meeting without me and making me feel like a piece of crap. It's ridiculous.
Because you were in Philly.
You were actually fired at that meeting.
Still in Philly.
Hey, also, by the way, I saw the. Go ahead.
I was going to just break the news to Rocco. We talked about last night. His dead cap is too much for us to eat this year, so we are keeping him at least for a little bit longer.
Oh,
at least till the June 1st deadline. So you got a little bit of time.
At least, yeah. At least
draft is coming up though. We could draft your replacement. So
yeah,
thanks. We could.
Thanks, Locked On Ravens. Appreciate it, buddy. Yeah.
Also for these, by the way, for Larry Sheets and son and bring Gavin home. Like, yeah, for people that don't know, Gavin Sheets, a Gilman Greyhound, like myself, go Hounds. Gavin's one of my best friends. He asked me, like, I know he would obviously love that, but I'm like, dude, I think we're in different situations now. For me personally, but personally, I just want to see Gav ball out. And actually, he will definitely, whether he likes it or not, he will be back on this show when they come to Baltimore.
Yeah.
Make no mistake about it. If not, I'm going to throw him right in the harbor. No doubt about it. He's a good kid. I saw people
talk about the game at all. There was a game today.
No, Kevin.
Well,
no one cares about the game, Kevin.
We're just talking about throwing people in the harbor. We're talking about throwing people in the harbor. I'm like, well, what about adding some baseball conversation? Burnes had B- stuff, gave up 2 hits. Like, I'll take that.
Yeah. Although I will say it might become a thing where the worst thing that you can possibly do as an opposing team is hit a solo home run off of Corbin Burnes in the first inning, because I think that it's literally I took that personally, Michael Jordan meme. He sees that solo home run and he's like, congratulations. That's the last thing you're getting today. And then it's over. He said it took him until the 3rd inning to feel confident and feel like he actually had control of his pitches. And then after that, I think 4 through 6, he struck out, I think 5 of 8 batters. Base, he was just absolutely on one once he got confident. Rafael Devers, one of the top hitters in the league, looked fooled, was having bad at bats. I think he saw 6 or 7 total pitches today and a bunch of pop-ups. So Corbin Burnes was on one. But the guy we need to talk about, Danny Coulombe, dog. It's like that thing, dog. Danny Coulombe is oh my goodness. There it is, Spirit Bomb. Dog. Danny Coulombe had me jumping up and down, 3 Ks, just absolutely dominating. Oh, and that Colton Cowser guy's pretty good.
Moo.
Hey, also, by the way, if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. And we did put in the Discord are the link of our Discord in the chat. Like, we have a great group, by the way, and guys like talking shop, like talking ball, like talking sports, talking whatever. Honestly, you can talk about whatever. I just started to think about, yeah, Danny Coulombe's a cool cat. He really is. He really, really is. And what I love about him, and this is why when I tell people about, like, go get a guy from the bullpen or go get a power arm, like, yeah, that's nice. But guess what? Did anyone consider Danny Coulombe a valuable piece of the bullpen going into the 2023 season? Don't lie. Do not lie to me, because none of you were like, oh, yeah, he's going to be a top guy. I was talking to the audience, not necessarily Kevin or Brad.
Thank you.
Yeah. But in all seriousness, this is why you don't know when guys can put things together and what they're capable of doing. It's the reality of the situation. And Danny Coulombe has found his fit in Baltimore, and it's just been absolutely amazing to see. And if he keeps pitching this way, Danny Coulombe is going to be in that All-Star game. You can bet your bottom dollar. So will Corbin Burnes, and so will Grayson Rodriguez. Just got to throw that out there as well. Clay Train Productions. Let's rename.
Oh, Clay, my God. Clay, you're the man. Clay's the man. He's a good guy. Talk about a good kid. Clay's a good kid.
Yeah, we might have to rename it the Mail Wall. And you know what? Maybe this is the chant that gets going at the yard for Danny Coulombe.
I like that.
Ooh.
Or it could be for Dean, too.
Oh, Big Dick Dean. Big Dick Dan.
Big D.
Yeah.
Works either way.
Also, something I want to talk about is Gunnar Henderson is literally playing with his hair on fire at the moment. If he sees you, if he is sitting on second base and you are not paying attention to third base, he is now standing on third base. And I don't think people understand the importance of that, especially, yes, did today with 2 outs, but if you with 1 out, he can advance from second to third by himself without having to use an out or a hit to get him over. It means you no longer have to get a hit to get him in. And it puts that much pressure because he's doing this now. And now every time Gunner's on second, it's in the pitcher's mind, wait, is he taking off right now? And the second you are caught sleeping, Gunnar Henderson, congratulations, you are on third base.
Boom. But that's just what he does. That's just what he does. When you think he's slumping or you think he's going to be down the dumps because he made a bad play at the end of the game, first off, I will never not put Gunnar Henderson in my lineup, and I will never fault him for any shit that he does when he's going out there to bust his butt. But secondly, you know how he's going to respond. He didn't get off to a great start today in Boston, but guess what? He was patient, then hits a double down the line, then says, hey, you're trying to pick me off second? Well, hey, Go F yourself, San Diego, or in this case, Boston. I'm going to steal right on you on a shift. And he makes things happen. Now, it's a little bit aggressive. You get thrown out at third base. The golden rule in baseball, don't get thrown out at third base with 2 outs, especially with Adley up. But that's just who he is. And that kind of embodies what the Baltimore Orioles are. They're going to continue to come at you one after another, blow after blow. And it's been a really, really fun group to see and watch them get going. And by the way, is everyone okay in Birdland? By the way, everyone okay? Is the team okay? They're 6-4. They're not going to get swept again. They have a chance to win their 3rd series of the year out of 4. Jackson Holliday's getting called up, but
Guys,
even with
I was just gonna say I just had to interrupt our regularly scheduled program to let you know that we just got notified on Discord that we had unusual join activity.
So many people are joining.
So many people are joining. Is that why?
Yeah. So appreciate you guys coming into Discord. Thanks.
Put that link in there. Let's get it. Throw the link back in there.
The link's pinned to the chat on YouTube. Okay. So
boys,
is that? Thank goodness.
See you, Rock.
Why do you do this to me?
Bye,
Rock. I love you. You're a good kid.
All right. Bye. I appreciate you guys. Congratulations, Jackson Holliday's an Oriole. See you guys.
Than's for congratulating me.
Was he never not an Oriole?
So that's what I keep on saying he's an Oriole on Twitter, and I'm like, well, he's been an Oriole, but like he's an actual Oriole.
Hey, you guys mind if I answer Dan's question? He's a first timer.
Dan,
hi, Chad. is Ryan Cal's son. Looks like he would be, but if not, what's his relationship to him? First time here. Dan, to be honest, depend. Yeah, welcome. Hey, first off, can we give a Dan a round of applause for welcoming? Welcome to the show, Dan.
Welcome, Dan.
We appreciate that. We appreciate that. And in all honesty, the technical answer is yes, we are blood related. But depending on the day, I will say if he is my father or not. He is dad. But if he pisses me off, he's sometimes just Calvin. But yep, I'm Ryan Ripken. I'm Ryan Jr. or Cal Jr. However people want to refer. Yeah, but I just go by Ryan. So Dan, appreciate you. Welcome into the chat. We are happy you are here today, and I'm glad someone got my Anchorman reference. I'm glad someone got it because I know Zach wasn't born yet when it came out.
Dude, Anchorman was literally what I quoted as my senior year quote. Was Anchorman? What did you say?
So when I said go F yourself, San Diego, or in this case, Boston.
We knew what you meant.
Yeah, but I just didn't.
Well, I still haven't seen a full Anchorman all the way through. Or I saw Anchorman 2, but not Anchorman 1. And that makes Ryan upset. So
it does, Kevin. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna have a marathon watching Austin Powers, and that'll make me feel better. Zach, why was I about to hit send on exactly what Ryan said about Cal being his dad? Yeah, Zach knows me too well. He knows me too well about my antics, about what I do, how I talk about it.
Depends on the day.
Yeah, depends on the day.
Zach
I always love the one. People like, hey, he knows ball. Zach knows Ryan. He knows Ryan. He knows.
Yeah.
Oh, God, was this true? David, was this true? One time Cal was fighting with the vending machine in the ice rink, and I gave him a crisp $1, and I was the recipient of the beverage?
Wow.
David.
David, if that's true, do you remember what beverage it was? What was
and
Ryan?
was Calvin actually kicking the shit out of a vending machine is the real question.
That's what at first I thought, but then I guess he just couldn't get. But at first I was like, is he about to say like he saw Calvin just fighting a vending machine? Look, I guess Zach has joined the Discord. So
damn right he has. In there. If you don't think Zach's gonna not come on the show, then you are out of your mind. It's just gonna get his schedule figured out.
That to me, I feel like will be like the breaking point for Rip After Dark. Like we talk about it all the time. Like we say, "Oh, there's gonna be Rip After. It's gonna happen." I feel like when Zach comes on, like it will actually happen. Like that will be.
Oh, you have no idea. You have no idea. Oh God, and it just makes me bring up this. It's all about the Sex Panther, Ryan. I'm more of a Blackbeard's Delight guy, if I'm going to be honest. So, Kevin, you wouldn't know that because you haven't seen the fucking movie, but it's fine. Oh gosh, now we're getting into the little bit of a loopy rye stage, and maybe we should get off. But it's an exciting night. And remember, hit that like and subscribe button. This is the Ryan Ripken breaking news show. Ryan Ripken show breaking news of Jackson Holliday being called up #1 overall prospect. Hit that like and subscribe button. This might turn into Rip After Dark too, which might be a part of future subjects. You know what's going to be added, and actually this is a criteria I want to happen for some player on the Orioles, and I've expressed this to players. Why there is not a single Backstreet Boy song. If someone does Backstreet's Back, everybody, do you know what the crowd would do? If it was, oh my God, we're back again. And that was like a pitcher coming out to throw or hidden. I don't know what I would do. I don't. But I know the crowd would love it. People love Gunnar Henderson's Sweet Escape. Uh-oh. Oh, gosh.
Oh, well, first.
Oh, all right. Clap that up.
So he says, OG Baltimore boy living in Texas, been an O's fan since '85. Found y'all just recently, and I'm loving the community. Thanks for all the amazing content and helping me keep up with the O's. Y'all rock. You rock. Thank you for supporting us, being a part of the community. We appreciate seeing you more on. And Zach, when we get to 10,000 subs, the Clubhouse Rip stories come out. Ooh, I don't think anyone can handle those, Zach. I don't know. I don't know. Ooh. See, Zach, we're trying to, maybe this is for the community as well here, but I might seem proper, and I'll leave it at that. So that's
Rip cleans up nice. Let's put it that way.
I clean up very nice. I clean up very, very nice. But anyway, all good kids. All good kids. Bum.
We should go around and say what we think Jackson Holliday's first at bat will be. Like what the result of his first.
He's striking out.
I'm gonna go with a
I
nice
was just
crisp.
gonna-
I'll go with a nice crisp single. I'll give him a nice crisp single.
Oh, good for you. I think he's going to strike out.
I'm gonna go.
He just
I'm
had,
gonna go bold.
he's had a lot of strike. He had a lot of strikeouts in spring training, so I'm just going with strikeout. If I was a bet man, I'm gonna smash you over on strikeout.
I'm gonna go bold. Little short wall pesky pull there. What about a ground rule double? Little short wall over there. Let's get real bold. Ground rule double. Oh, very true. Actually, I'd change mine to a triple. Every Orioles top prospect hits a triple in their first game. Actually, let me put that bet down.
Oh, that is spicy.
I think I might have to do triple.
Do you feel more confident in that or your Justice Hill 3 touchdown bet from the championship game?
I will to this day. That was a good bet. That was a good bet.
Justice Hill 3 touchdowns is a good bet. I mean, the way they were running the ball, he would have had average a touchdown every 2 carries. So
I love how everybody's chiming in on their guesses. Like Derek chimed in before. He said striking out too. Listen, we hope for the worst, or we expect the worst and hope for the best. I think that's what we're going for. It's like reverse psychology. He's going to strike out just so he goes up there and hits a home run.
They're going to send him down immediately. They're going to remove him from the game after the first at bat.
There you go.
And that's it.
don't get on base, or you're going down. Is what they're saying.
Let's get Froggy here. I think he's going to hit a ball off the Fenway monster. First hit for a double. It's happening.
Just Oppo.
So
Yeah, but it might be like a deep to center because he does stay on the ball pretty well. So that's my guess.
So we have
I do like
double,
him.
triple, and strikeout or 4.
Yeah, we just got it all covered. I'm going to say Rocco says.
Is that right?
I'll give Rocco's fielder's
That
choice.
might be right.
Yeah. Yep. That's all right. Yeah.
All I remember about Machado when he first came up was his 2 homers in one game. I think that was like that first series he was in or something like that.
Yeah, it was his second game.
Yeah.
Oh, sugar. Seeing a
What
lot
is
of
that,
good
the
stuff
11
here.
Birdland? These are the streams I love because obviously, like we've said before, usually we're in the studio, we got all this production going on and everything. But these are the live streams, the shows that are just so much fun because everyone is just so excited. We all got the news together. Like we all sat here and we were the second it went. When Passan tweeted it, as we said before, Passan, we're going to have to get him back on now since he didn't tell us last night that Jackson was coming up. So what was that? But these are the shows that you just absolutely love because everyone's excited. We found out, 10, 15 minutes before we went live, and it was a scramble because we were all trying to get everything out. We were like, what do we like? No one was expecting this. I was literally just like sitting on the couch and I was like, okay, winding down the night, like nothing happening. I was actually editing. I was actually posting a Heston Kerstead short on YouTube, and suddenly my phone, Ryan, I did not get that out. They'll be out later. But I was posting a short on YouTube, and I was like, oh, what is this? And my phone just immediately blew up, and everything stopped. The whole world stopped, it felt like, for Jackson Holliday.
I would have paid to be a fly on the wall when Zach got that notification. Him just like the Burnes trade, just him pacing up and down, like, oh my god. But these streams are also fun because like I remember back when Jackson didn't make the team, we had the whole stream about it, and like all these people who are here now with us talking and been celebrating and everything. It was kind of like we've been on that journey with all these people, like even dating back before that Jackson stream, like the people who have been here for a while, the people who were new, like we're 10 games in and there's still such a long season left. And I think it's so cool to kind of look at where we are now, but look at where we were 2 weeks ago, look at where we were a month ago, talking about Jackson and how that stream a couple weeks ago was a bunch of panic, right? All the doom and gloom of Jackson not making the team. But for this moment, it's super cool to be able to celebrate like this. And as Rocco said, Jackson's an Oriole, even though he was already an Oriole in the first place.
Yep. And just a couple things as we should wrap up here. I just realized I haven't eaten anything since like 2 p.m. So your boy's a little hungry. We're throwing some BP today. That's when I found out the news about Jackson Holliday tonight. I was finishing up my last lesson over at Rick Dempsey's place, the Baseball Warehouse, which actually, guys, I'm going to put on X. Rick Dempsey and I are doing an event at the Iron Rooster in Maryland. So check my Twitter X account for more details on that. It's on April 28th. I think it's a Sunday night. Come have a meal, come hang out, come talk some ball with Rick and I. But why we did this stream and who broke the news? Well, Jackson Holliday is getting caught up in their most reliable source. If Jeff Passan of ESPN tweets it, it's a real thing, guys, right? That's the reality. Can we all agree with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
So Jeff Passan tweeted it. Other people started to confirm it. And bada bing, bada bang, it happened. So here we are. Cannot wait, guys, to share more with you. Should be a very fun week. Our plan for the rest of the week, we're going to do a Thursday show, roughly probably 3 p.m. because of the night game in Boston. So we will have one more show coming to you on Thursday. If something crazy happens, we'll be right back here. And then obviously there's a lot of coverage going on throughout the weekend, so stay tuned on that. But guys, really great. But before we get out of here, hit that like and subscribe button if you're not already, and follow us at, oh gosh.
Locked on Kevin.
Thank you, Joe. Locked on Kevin. That should be my new subsection. You know, I should have Locked on Ravens, and then I should pitch to the network to have a Locked on Kevin. That would be like Kev After Dark. Like that would be what that podcast would be about.
Oh God, yeah. I don't need to see that.
That's actually brilliant. We have Rip After Dark and we have Locked on Kevin.
Oh, dude, that'd be actually electric. And I even saw, I actually trying to scroll up quick enough. Where is it? Oh, I don't know. There's too many things. Oh, here we go. Might have to trade in my life-size cow poster of him holding a carton of milk for a life-size Ryan Ripken with those shades.
Hell yeah.
Hashtag Rip After Dark.
Yeah.
Yes.
Might have to happen.
All right, guys. Well, we can't cue the music to get on out of here. But as always, for everyone here at the Ryan Ripken Show, you have a day. Oh, do we?
Oh, that's
Will.
Zach.
Kind of, sort of.
Do we?
Yeah.
Zach?
That's Zach. I'll give
And
Zach.
Brad. And Brad.
Brad,
Yeah.
Brad does it too. Brad does it too.
Okay. Investors, possibly you. Just kidding. But we are always open to conversations. We do have a great team here. Zach and Brad do a tremendous job. But Will, we do appreciate all that. Yes, that is still true. Still true. So everyone, hope for Jackson to win the Rookie of the Year. And every time we try to leave, they just try to keep pulling us back. And Zach as you confirmed with never mind. Goodness.
Oh, you gotta like flex my chin muscles, like.
We just can't get out of here, can we? It's not possible.
Everyone get one last look at the hair. It's all gone. It'll all be gone by the next time we're on. Well, potentially. Shit. Yeah, wow. So we'll see. Stay tuned for Thursday. All hair might be gone. So.
All right. Well, hey, thank you for that, Zach. Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad Elf reference. Kevin, you still probably haven't seen Elf either.
I have seen that movie.
Okay. Well, Kevin, real quickly, this is the last thing. What are the lyrics? Am I original? Am I the only one?
Am
I
sexual?
Oh.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's it, everybody. Have a good night.
Call it.